Hello and welcome to my Guilty Gear Accent Core plus R instant kill tier list video. I've been getting multiple comments asking me to do a video on this, and I thought, you know, I like me some sprite-based fighters, Guilty Gear has some cool characters, so why not give it a shot? It's been almost 2 years since my last tier list video, but I'm not gonna lie, in my head I felt like I made that 6 months ago. But anyways, here's a quick rundown of everything. Instant kills are pretty self-explanatory. You do a character-specific animation and instant kill your opponent. F tier is for the worst insta kills, C tier are for the okay ones, B tier is for good, A tier is for great, and S tier is for the best insta kills in the game. The videos I'm watching are from the channel Life and Death, with additional instant kills coming from the channel Alzum. Both videos are linked in the description and in the pinned comment. There are 25 characters in the game, so we have a good amount to get through, so let the tiering commence. Hey, editing Scoop here. After rewatching some of these, I would change the placement slightly, so I'm going to be popping in for characters I think should be changed, and giving my updated opinion, and at the very end you'll see a finalized tier list with everyone in the correct order. Alright, now enjoy the video. Starting off with Jam. First of all, Jam is adorable. I love her. And her insta-kill is great. I really liked it. I love all the poses she makes, especially that last one where she's gleefully smiling. I really like her a lot, so she's going into A tier, starting off strong. Moving on to ABBA. I don't know, this character freaks me out. Even the key I feel like is just very weird. I get a little uneasy when I look at it. But hers was also great. Just getting sucked into the void. I don't know if there's like a lore explanation for what's behind that door, but I certainly do not want to know. But she's going in the A tier along with Jam. Still below Jam, I think. Ooh, actually, I think these two are like neck and neck. I don't know which one I like more. I think ABBA's, I can't even say her name. I think hers is better. I don't want to say like I like Jam more as a character, so that's why she's higher. I think I like her insta-kill more, if I'm being real with myself. But let's move on to Robo-Ky. Robo-Ky. First of all, I love Robo-Ky's design and concept. I love characters that have their own unique meter from everyone else in the game. Think like Susanoo from BlazBlue. And his insta-kill is my favorite so far. I love the little toy robots he has. He just like opens his mouth and they come out of there, and then they just explode. Yeah, so far Robo-Ky is my favorite character we've seen so far. So let's move on to Bridget. Overall, I'm a little underwhelmed by it. You can do something cool with the moon. I think like yo-yoing your opponent up to the moon is a cool idea. But one, I don't really sense the force behind throwing your opponent up there. And second, nothing really happened on the moon besides the opponent just getting stuck in the moon cheese. Not awful, it's just okay. Going to Cliffs. Definitely one of the insta-kills in the game. Yeah, he summons a dragon, summons another dragon, and that's it. I had to rewatch this a couple times just to see if I missed anything. I mean, the dragon designs are cool. That's something. But yeah, just another okay one. In front of Bridget's, but not enough to break into the higher tiers. Moving on to Zappa. I mentioned how ABA creeps me out. Zappa is the same thing. He's possessed by a spirit, and that's why he has like all these weird summons and weird moves. He has a move where like his back turns into a face and it like vomits out something. I don't know how he even come up with a concept like that, but his insta-kill was good. I liked it more than these two. Maybe if it was a bit longer, I would have thought it was a little better, but it's a respectable B tier. Moving on to Dizzy. I know her insta-kill is like kind of different from everyone else's. I think there's like a long startup before it actually happens. I know there's like some specific property with Dizzy's that's different from everyone else's, but I mean, I think it's cool. It's kind of hard to rank Dizzy's because you can't really have a cool animation because I think your opponent can act while you're doing it. So I don't really know where to rank it. I guess B tier, maybe top of C. I'll do top of C. I gotta go with my heart. I gotta say like bottom of B tier. Maybe I'll change it later on, but like it was good. I think the concept of it having to charge up in like an actual game kind of propels it up. But yeah, I think bottom of B tier is a good place for her. Moving on to Johnny. I don't play Strive, but if there was a character I wish would return, I think Johnny would be my #1 pick. He's just a cool guy. Like, I didn't know he was chill like that. I like his playstyle of using coins to do cool, tricky combos. I'm not sure how well that would translate into Strive, but yeah, Johnny's is really good. Bottom of A, I don't think it quite matches well with these two. I do think it's a step up from these two, though. So, bottom of A tier for Johnny. I didn't know this originally, but his card changes depending on who he's facing. I'm going to be ranking another finisher that has some character-specific changes later on, and since I really like details like that, I'm going to be changing Johnny's ranking from the bottom of A to the top of A. Soul is our first F tier. There was no build up to that. It's just a big explosion. I feel like you could replace this with like an actual super, but I don't know, something about it I just feel like it doesn't feel insta-killy enough. It's a big fiery explosion. That's it. Order Soul. Now this is how you do a fiery explosion insta-kill. It had build up. There was some cool cinematics with it, and it wasn't just like a big explosion, like there was a line of fire that progressively got more intense. This is how you do Soul's insta-kill much better. In fact, I'd say that was better than Johnny's, and he's going in the A tier. Well done, Order Soul. From F to A tier, back to F tier. Yeah, Kai's just felt like another kind of, it feels like a super, not really insta-kill type insta-kill. So we got the two main characters in F tier. Pretty disappointing. I feel like he could have done something much better, especially with Order Soul and Kai being up here. These two being down here is a bit disappointing. Mei's insta-kill, not bad whatsoever. In fact, it's so not bad, I think it's really good. Do I say it's better than Robo-Ky's? I think it's better than Robo-Ky's. They had to put so much effort into animating the entire jellyfish crew for this one insta-kill, and I think it really paid off with how well it looks. Admittedly, maybe it's not as insta-killy as something like Kai's or maybe even ones we'll see later on, but I just think it's so well made that I think putting it anything below S tier would be a crime. Moving on to Testament, getting stabbed to death by a succubus GF, maybe not the worst way to go out. I'll be the first to say it. I'll say like mid B tier, above Dizzy, but probably below Zappa. I think that's a good place to put it. Now we get to my personal favorite Guilty Gear character, Faust. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like Faust and Strive got done dirty. I think it's fine if you want to switch up characters because you're kind of rebooting the series, but I don't really think that worked with Faust. I like silly Faust much more than the kind of creepy Dr. Faust that we got later on, but maybe that's for a different video. But Faust's insta-kill, I showed you his first insta-kill. He actually has two. Roll the second clip. So yeah, Faust has 2 insta-kills, and I mean, come on. Both of them were S tier. The first one, I love how it just switches to this B-roll of like a nuclear explosion. And then with the second one, like the bomb doesn't detonate, then he goes over and it detonates on him. He gets an afro, and then he poses. He's like, yeah, I definitely meant to do that. But yeah, without a doubt, Faust is S tier and probably the best one in the game. I may be a little bit biased, but come on. Moving on to Justice. I mentioned with Mei how it doesn't really convey like the feeling of an insta-kill. This one does. You can feel just like the power behind it. You get dragged into space, there's like a slight slow, you stop, and then you explode. That's gonna go top of A tier. I don't think it quite breaks S tier for me, but I think top of A tier is a good place for Justice. Axel. It's pretty basic. I mean, he uses his chain to do a multi-hit and then ends with explosion. It's okay. Like, it's okay. There wasn't as much creativity as some of the others, like Robo-Ky's with him spawning mini robots or Faust exploding. It was like, yeah, he uses his main move and that's it. I do agree that maybe there could have been more originality, but watching it again, I do think it's a lot better than I gave it credit for. If I think about it in terms of would I rather watch Axel's or would I rather watch Testaments or Dizzy's, I would choose Axel, so he's going high B tier. Moving on to Chipp. For some reason I always get Cliff's and Chipp's name mixed up, I don't know why. But his was, again, God, it's another one where it's like maybe bottom of B or C tier. My heart says B, so I have to go with B. You know what, actually, I think it's kind of creative. He spawns 5 clones of himself, and then he does like was it like a pentagram and then a final explosion in the middle? I think that's a good B tier for him, actually, now that I think about it. B tier is where Chipp belongs. Moving on to Anji, he spawns a dragon, rams into the opponent, that's it. The dragon didn't even do like any chomping or anything. I think that's an F tier, sorry Anji. Maybe if there was like a final chomp by the dragon to signify like, oh, it's over for you. As it is, top of F tier. Moving on to Millia, it's kind of similar to Axel's where she uses her main form of attacking to do a big move. So like I'll say like they're together right here. Not bad at all, but you know, I've seen way better. Eddie. Overall, it was alright. Sucks them up into this beautiful woman who instantly dies, and then I think that signifies the death of your opponent. It was fine. Top of C tier. I like Chipp's more. Kind of has the same problem as I don't really feel like it's an insta-kill, more like just a super. But you know what? I think C tier is a good place for Eddie. Maybe I was a little infatuated when I first saw this finisher, but it's not that great looking back at it. It happened super quickly, there's not that finishing blow I'm looking for, and I feel like a lot more could have been done here. So he's going to go from the top of C tier to the bottom of C tier. Baiken's was really good. I'd say top of A tier, actually. I like that one a lot. Kind of the samurai duel behind the screens. But yeah, I like Baiken's a lot. I like Baiken as a character a lot. So I think top of A tier is a good place for her. Potemkin. So I kind of have one issue with this, and that is when you start it, you just get launched up. There's no animation for you getting launched up. He is flexing so hard that his already still muscles launches you up. He saves it a little bit by giving a kiss to his fist and then delivering a massive Donkey Kong-esque punch. So I'm pretty torn on this. I'll say B tier on this one, but I think like in a more objective stance, probably like a C tier. Moving on to Ino's. You know I have to put Ino in S tier right here. I think it's a little better than Robo-Ky's. It plays into the fact that Ino is a rock star, and I love how the finishing strum of the guitar makes the speakers in the background do one final blast. Like I mentioned how these two right here use their main source of attacks as their finisher. I think that this is how you do it in a better way. Yeah, she uses music as her main form of attacking, but they play into more of it. Like it's a band that she's in, and that's how it finishes. But yeah, Ino's probably one of the best finishers in the game. She's going in the S tier. Moving on to Slayer, I know that he's a fan favorite with Guilty Gear fans. I can see why, but I feel like this finisher was... I don't have any strong feelings towards it one way or the other. I'm sure if I could read what those characters said, I would like it a lot more, or maybe feel the same. But even without knowing it, like it was good. I'd say probably better than Dizzy's, yeah. Mid-B tier is where he belongs. Lastly, we got Venom's. Yeah, that's easily top 5. Better than Robo-Ky? I'll say yes. I think that's better than Robo-Ky's. First of all, it's character specific. Whoever you're fighting gets turned into a pool ball, and then after he breaks the rack, is that what it's called? They all attack you, and then you explode. But yeah, I think Venom is definitely top 5. And yeah, that is gonna be my list. For the bottom 3, we got Kai, we got Soul, and we got Anji. And for the top 3, we have Faust, we have Mei, and we have Ino. Overall, I'd say that this game had some pretty great finishers, but you can definitely tell some got more love than others. I mean, you can't tell me that Kai's finisher got the same amount of love as like Mei's or Ino's or Faust. But yep, that is going to finish my Guilty Gear Accent Core Plus R Instant Kill tier list. Definitely a mouthful of a name right there, but if you have any disagreements or agreements, please leave them in the comments down below, and make sure to go check out the original videos in the description, and I will see you next time. Take care.